What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. This podcast is presented by Macy's, and right now you can get ready for the holidays with Macy's wonderful gift guide. Macy's gift guide is great to tell you what you should get for your significant other, your parents, your siblings, little kids, whoever it may be. Macy's has you covered with their ultimate gift guide. Macy's gift guide has curated all of Macy's for all things holidays to help you prepare for the season ahead. And you could shop curated lists that are under 25, under 50, and even luxury gifts as well. So shop Macy's.com/gift guide. Go to a local Macy's near you and shop for those gifts because the holiday season is coming right up. We are in November. Thanksgiving is very soon, and then it's Christmas.
We were just talking in the studio about how Thanksgiving's so late this year that it's just like all of a sudden it's going to be boom, December, like a holiday season's coming up fast.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying I might have to get my Christmas tree before Thanksgiving, which I never normally do, but
I was thinking the same thing because I'm seeing a lot of chatter about that recently, about people who are like, fuck it, I'm getting a Christmas tree early this year. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe me too. I'm not going to say definitely. I got to find the time to do it, but potentially me.
Potentially. Definitely. But it could be like around that time because I like to have the tree for the full, 4 or 5 weeks.
All of December. You got to soak in the Christmas tree. I have a question for you guys. Have you guys ever watched Mr. Beast's videos?
Never.
I might have watched like one.
Not once in my life have I pressed play.
Never seen a Mr. Beast video until last night. I was on YouTube and I was like, you know what? Let me go to this guy's page. Like, what he has like 600 million views on videos, 400 million views. I'm like, and I've never clicked play on one of these videos. How is that possible? So I'm scrolling. I'm like, let me just watch one. So I clicked one that was like this large pizza, like 6-foot pizza, having to eat it, like him and Joey Chestnut and then other people. And I'm like, first of all, Joey Chestnut, how does he make that happen? Seriously.
What?
The eating, the competitive eating. How does he do it? Like,
it's you train for it.
Logistically, it's like a sport. I'm like, how is that freaking possible? And also, I can't wrap my head around Mr. Beast videos and how they have so many views.
I don't really get what he. To be honest, I don't know anything about him. I don't. Like I'm like I can't even try and talk about it because I don't know anything. All I know is that there was a time he was giving a lot of money away.
Well, he's always giving a lot of money away in all his videos, it seems like. And I don't know anything about him as a person.
That's all I know is him giving money away.
I just know that in all these videos, it's like some sort of competition. Like, so one video, and this sounds crazy that I'm judging this because he has, like I said, hundreds of billions of views. But there was one video where it was a guy living in a grocery store, and every day that he lived in the grocery store, he would get $10,000. But it wasn't like a random grocery store. It wasn't like your shop right around the corner from you or freaking Stop and Shop. It was a grocery store built by Mr. Beast. So I'm like, that makes it way easier to live in the grocery store. If it's a grocery store built by Mr. Beast, all things brought in by him, there's no one else in the store. It's a lot easier to live in it than if you're just throwing this guy in King Cullen.
So where does all the money just comes from? Revenue from the videos?
It has to be, Fran, because he gets hundreds of millions of
many views. It's
got to be the advertiser, the sponsor.
So much,
I think that's where he gets all his money from.
He also says that he puts most of it back into the videos. Like these videos cost so much to make.
Yeah, I mean he's out here building grocery stores.
He built an entire grocery store. Yeah. I'm like, these are just. And then there's one video where it's like, okay, random guy, how many items you can fit in this circle? I'll pay for them all. And then it's like, that's the video.
How old is he?
I think he's got to be like, if I had to guess his age, I'm going to say 31.
Oh, I was going to say like late 30s.
Oh, really? I would guess 31.
He's 26 years old.
What?
Oh.
I was going to say maybe 40.
No, like not going to be rude. Like he looks older,
Yeah, I thought he was a bit older. I was putting him at a solid 31.
I would have guessed like 35. Would have been my
It
guess.
says his net worth is estimated to be $500 million.
I'm not surprised. The views on these videos are fucking insane.
He has 60 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah, he's like the biggest fucking YouTuber.
320 million subscribers.
And yet, the first time I watched a video was last night. Now,
I mean,
he didn't rope me in as a fan. I thought I was going to watch one video and be hooked.
Right.
I wasn't necessarily hooked.
Well, there's 320 million
he's fine
subscribers that are hooked.
He's scrambling now.
Yeah, right. He's like, what the fuck do I do?
Right. What is Rhea like?
Rhea from Chicks in the Office that I've never heard of doesn't like my videos. It's not even that I wouldn't say I don't like them. It's just I thought they were going to be a lot crazier than they were, I guess. Just from the level of extreme it is. I only watched a few.
I remember I watched like the Squid Game when he like recreated that.
Yeah.
He did the like solitary confinement for like a week or whatever that was.
Right. Hey, he found an avenue.
It's geared toward probably younger
It's a lot of, a lot of donate, like he has a lot of philanthropy involved in what he does of donations. But then was there not also some like scandal that he was involved in recently?
Trying to cancel him basically.
Recently?
But it was for like a very ridiculous thing. It was like they were trying to cancel him because he was helping disabled people or something, like, and they were like, you're using them, or it was something along those lines.
This is solely just from his Wikipedia page. Some critics have questioned his motives and ethics. Users on social media have accused him of exploiting poverty for views, deeming his content, quote, charity porn. His philanthropy has been criticized for not addressing the root causes of systemic inequality. In response, he's claimed that he does not profit from Beast's philanthropy or its videos and that all revenue goes towards charity. He has also stressed the importance of the government's role in solving systemic issues.
Well, I just have to say the words charity porn are not two words I've ever heard together.
That's like what David Dobrik did. That's 100%, what they all do.
100%.
Right. It's like they're doing good, but they're also profiting from it, and they're getting views from it. And hey, I guess it works for him.
This says in September 2024, he was one of the subjects of a class action lawsuit that alleged widespread mistreatment, sexual harassment, and unpaid expenses and wages.
Oh.
But there's not really more details to it, so I don't know if that's just like... If that was not like that was quickly dismissed or not actually a big deal.
It's like
this is like the smallest paragraph.
It's like
when there's no follow up.
When I discover somebody, it's like with
but I don't know if it's even like if it's even really a thing. It just sounds like sometimes I feel like Wikipedia just throws it at the end of their, like, if there was any kind of controversy or anything on a person's and they just put it on like the last paragraph of their
have
Wikipedia.
Like a section for that. It's like scandal.
No, that's what it says. I mean, it's his personal life. He was sued by contestants on one of the production company. The proposed class action lawsuit accused Mr. Beast's production company and Amazon Studios of chronic mistreatment and sexual harassment of contestants in an upcoming reality show. The plaintiffs also claim to be considered employees, not contestants, and dispute wages in the lawsuit. 5 unnamed contestants in the upcoming Amazon reality show Beast Games are alleging Mr. Beast's production company and Amazon Studios created a toxic and hostile environment that laid the groundwork for sexual harassment, according to the lawsuit. The plaintiffs cite an alleged production guide called How to Succeed in Mr. Beast's Production, which is saying encourages obscenities and directs staff to do everything to help the talent be idiots. The contestants also claim they were forced to endure unsafe conditions with a lack of access to medical care, food, and water, and say they weren't paid a fair wage.
This seems to happen a lot.
I can't say I'm surprised.
With reality shows, when people throw together a reality show that's not a reality show that's been around for a while, and they don't have the correct.
Right, it sounds like you're just building out a totally new show, and you have like it's a much bigger production, and you're bringing in a massive production and studio and into it.
And you don't have the right things in place to make this happen and ensure the contestants on the show are taken care of.
Yeah, right.
Because that happened with Love is Blind, no? Right? People, like one of the last seasons, the contestants came out and said that it's happened with a ton of reality shows, really.
No, totally.
That's the nature of
a lot with Love is Blind. Yeah.
Production does not care what, or I'm sure they do care, but a lot of times they are looking to make a show, and they're going to put people through the extremes to make a show.
But that's like the last, there's no update on it. That was like that news came out like last month, and they have they didn't put out a statement, and that's just
not good
where they've left it. It appears.
That's not great. If you're going to make a show like that, you got to make sure you have the right things in place.
Right. Damn, we're ending on a sour note there for Mr. Beast. Sorry about that.
I don't think any of that was positive for Mr. Beast.
No,
I don't think I said it really besides the amount of views he gets, which is really positive for him. But that's not positive. And
I didn't enjoy the videos.
I mean, he's got a net worth estimated net worth of $500 million.
That's a positive for him.
That's positive for him.
Holy
but
shit!
Don't
that's
forget,
a lot of money.
Rhea doesn't get his videos. So, what's worth more? My approval,
$500
or
million,
his $500 million,
or the chicks in the office saying they think those videos make sense.
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. You know, I didn't see all that stuff about his reality show, but that's why when you create a show like that, and you know he has all the money in the world, all the resources in the world, you got to make sure you have the right things in place to make a show, because you got to make sure the contestants are safe if you're doing all of that, which is crazy, but. Anyways, how are we doing today?
No, that's tough.
That was my night last night. I was like watching Mr. Beast videos, and then I like couldn't stop thinking about how badly I want to make beef stew, because I think it was Hannah G posted that she was making like a roast or something.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And then I just couldn't get beef stew off the brain.
Yeah. What entails a beef stew? Is it just like a soup?
It's a stew.
Yeah.
Like beef and vegetables.
Well, yeah, there's like celery, onion, garlic, carrots, potatoes, beef.
What's the difference between a soup and a stew?
I feel like a stew has meat, and that is a total guess. If someone was just to ask me.
I feel like it's like if you were to move your spoon through the soup, you're not facing any friction.
Oh yeah, you're talking about a viscosity issue. You're saying.
I'll look it up. What's
stew?
A stew has a thickness to it.
Yeah.
Okay. It has nothing to do with meat. Yeah. Generally, stews have less liquid than soups and are much thicker and require long and cooking over low heat. So you were right.
You're right.
You were on the right path.
You know when you're like this?
Yeah.
You can't do that with a soup.
No, right. The stew, you're getting in the way. There's a lot of things in the stew that are stopping your spoon from moving around.
So a stew has a lot of
there is a real
liquid involved, but it's not the main component. No, but it seems more like
it's just real hearty in my mind.
Yeah, no, true.
And I truly,
that makes me feel like a chili is more like a stew.
Yeah, I mean it's not a soup.
I just feel like sometimes you make a chili that does not have a lot. Like it just depends on
chili is a stew like soup.
Oh my God!
I
found the in between. I found the middle of the Venn diagram.
Yeah.
One circle is soup, one circle is stew, but in the middle,
let me tell you,
it's
chili.
Beef out of it, and then it's a chili.
If chili is prepared by braising meat, such as a brisket or a beef chuck, the beef chuck is what you use in a beef stew.
Yeah.
With then beans and vegetables added towards the end of cooking, it's like considered a stew.
Okay.
So does a stew just have braised meat?
I mean,
listen, we're getting into the complications of what a stew or a soup
sounds
is.
like you could really do you make it you could do like a potato stew.
Let me tell you, my cockles are yearning for a stew.
Your what?
My cockles.
What the hell is that?
What is that?
Your cockles.
What the heck is your cockle? Down here?
Your throat. Your cockles.
I've never heard that before.
It warms your cockles. No?
No, I mean, I believe you.
I mean,
it's something I've never heard before.
Never mind.
What is it?
The cockles of your heart. That's what it is.
I don't know what that is either.
The chambers, the heart has 4 chambers. And
so you're
the phrase is like it's warms your cockles.
Like when you say it's warming my heart.
Right. I truly.
But that's like the scientific, warming my cockles.
Yeah, warms the cockles of your heart. I have to be dead fucking serious with you. I thought cockles were like, warms your cockles, like your throat.
I've never, as my first time in my life hearing the term cockles ever, so I couldn't tell you what it was for. You could tell me. For a second, I thought it was something in your foot.
Your cockles?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no.
It has like a Like it has like a cockle, like it has like a harsh sound to it. Like it's like a bone or something.
The cockles of your heart. I really thought it was your throat.
Yeah.
Because when you eat soup, it's like, oh, this, or hot chocolate, oh, this is warm in my cockles.
What's, isn't it also like
Game of Thrones? Oysters, clams, and cockles.
I was like, isn't it also like a shellfish?
Yeah, it is. Oysters, clams, and cockles.
Yeah. I was like, that's what I'm thinking of. For a second, I was like, are we talking clams?
That's what Arya does when she's going around the town.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, your little heart and throat will be warmed when you make your beef stew.
Yes, I'm gonna make a beef stew. Never have before, and
wow.
Yeah, never have.
Your mom makes beef stew?
No.
Oh, so you're just like, have you ever had beef stew?
She just said she saw Hannah G's video.
Oh.
But I will say inspired. This: I was at my aunt's house a couple weeks ago, and she made a beef stew. But I was going home to my house to eat, and she said, "Oh, try a little bit of this beef stew before you go home." And I had literally one bite of it, and I've been craving this beef stew since.
I don't think I've ever had a beef stew.
Well, guess what? I'll bring in extras.
My mom makes a great beef stew. I just have to say.
Really?
Otherwise, she would be like, why didn't you say I made it?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we need her recipe.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I'm going to make beef stew tomorrow, Wednesday, and maybe if I have leftovers, I'll bring it in on Thursday.
Yeah. That's another thing I feel like you can, like, it's one of those things that you can put in the fridge and heat up, and it's just as good.
Yeah. Maybe I'll make a video of me making the beef stew for the first time.
Right, because it's one of those things where stews and soups, when they sit for longer, taste even better, you know?
Yeah, they do.
Like the day 2, day 3 of having a soup in the fridge, heat that bad boy up. Yeah. Or a chili, like why we had a chili on Sunday yesterday, tasted even better.
Oh, that's the best.
Having a little taste.
Soaks in the flavor.
It does. It marinates.
Yes, it does. I'm a real sucker for anything that involves pouring red wine into it. So like beef stew, you pour red wine into it.
Yep.
I pour red wine into my meatballs.
Yep.
Into my pasta sauce.
Yep.
So
a little red wine goes a long way.
It does, has that nice flavor. All right, well, anyways, let's get into the rest of the topics for the show. I mean, really, how long can I talk about my beef stew? I'm gonna make a video of me making beef stew for the first time, though.
Please do,
because it'll be a momentous occasion.
Do you put it in a crock pot?
I'm doing it on the stove, baby.
On the stove, yeah.
I'm going straight to the stove tomorrow.
Let that bad boy simmer for a few hours, you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna let that shit simmer. All right, let's get into the topics for today's episode. Megan Fox, MGK.
Big news.
I'm having a baby. I keep saying that lately. The kicking and screaming.
Yes.
It's just like stuck in my head.
I don't think I...
Have you ever seen Kicking and
Screaming?
No,
I have.
Pass it to the Italians.
I have. No, I
the
have.
Baby thing I don't remember.
That reference I don't specifically remember.
You don't remember Beyond's son?
Yeah, I remember.
Yes,
and he's walking around with the soccer ball, or was it Beans? No. One of them was walking around with the soccer ball in their stomach, going, "I'm having a baby."
Maybe it's just because you're not sounding like a child, so I wasn't picturing that. I was picturing like Will Ferrell or something.
No, it's either Beans, the guy who plays Beans, or Beyond's son who does "I'm having a baby."
Yeah.
Whatever, Megan Fox, MGK are having a baby. Britney Spears reunites with 18-year-old son Jayden in LA. Brittany Cartwright said that Jax Taylor did not change. She doesn't believe that he changed while he was in rehab. He's still sending text messages, the whole thing. And we also have the pop corner. Hopefully people brought their hot pop takes for this evening.
Could we get a little sound effect when we introduce the pop corner? Like popcorn popping on the stove?
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
Like a little pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, and everybody's
like, you know,
hot takes are flying in the air.
Exactly.
I like that. I like the sound of that just as much as I like the sound of some beef stew. Yeah. All right, let's get into the topics. We love getting out to live events, whether it's a concert, a game, a comedy show, and we always use Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. You know how much we love Game Time, and now with their brand new Game Time Picks feature, they're making it even easier to get to a game. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you do not have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. I'm so mad at myself for missing Sabrina Carpenter while she was in New York, but she's still on tour. There's still plenty of people on tour. And listen, I got to get to a concert soon because it's been a while, and I'm going to do so with Game Time. You could just pull up your chosen event and turn on the GT Pick setting at the top of the screen, or browse the best local Game Time Picks deals near you on your Game Time app homepage. What are you waiting for? Buy those tickets to the show you're looking for and take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHICKS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHICKS for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? It's Game Time. So Megan Fox announced that she is expecting a baby with MGK, I assume, because she attached MGK's song last November to the post.
Would be weird if it wasn't.
So if it wasn't with him, it'd be quite the choice of a song. Mm-hmm. And she wrote, "Nothing is ever really lost. Welcome back." Because as you may not know, Megan Fox and MGK experienced a miscarriage when she was pregnant last time, but now she wrote, "Nothing is ever really lost. Welcome back." She posted a picture of herself posing with some black paint all over her body, dripping all over. And the next slide
very
was
Megan Fox MGK,
right? And then the next slide was the positive pregnancy test. It's hard to keep up with these two, whether they're together, not together. When Megan Fox went on Call Her Daddy, she talked about the fact that they'll always be a part of each other's lives.
Yeah,
but she wasn't very clear if they'll always be dating.
Right. It did kind of feel like even after that interview, it was are they together?
Mm-hmm.
But they are seen together, and they don't share too many details these days. I feel like it was a lot at the beginning, but I mean, this would make a lot of sense on why it's been a little more quiet, because if she's announcing it now, I'm assuming that it's been a few months, and that would make a lot more sense of taking it easy probably in that first trimester, and now they are announcing the pregnancy. She wiped her whole Instagram, so this is the one and only post on her page right now.
Yeah, they did dress up together for Halloween, so when I saw that, I was like, oh, they're still together? Cool.
Yeah.
They've been very private recently. It would make sense
totally
now, but
absolutely.
Yeah, once I saw that they dressed up for Halloween, I was like, oh, they're still together at this point. But yeah, they're having a baby.
Now this is a big good for them,
Yeah,
good
truly good for them.
Yeah, yep.
Congratulations to the both of them. And
it feels like it was a fate that twin flames would produce
one flame.
I was gonna say an offspring, and then I felt that felt weird,
I feel like
mystical for me to say, but it is. I mean, that's twin flames.
I do feel like they would call their baby an offspring.
That baby's name is gonna be something crazy. I feel like.
Do you really think so?
I kind of don't think so.
I don't think so. Her name is Megan. His is Colson.
Yeah. I don't know. I
feel like it's gonna be some astrology thing.
Oh, I mean, maybe
it could be, but I guess that wouldn't be too
moon. I could see it being moon.
Well, I don't even think that's that crazy these days.
Yeah, and Megan Fox's sons with Bag are Brian Austin Green are Noah, Bodie, and Journey.
All right.
So we ended with Journey.
Yeah, they progressively got.
So it could be headed in starting at Noah and Bodie, Journey. We could be getting
destination.
Yeah, right. We could be getting somewhere in it could be cosmic for sure.
And I mean, MGK has his daughter must be pretty old now. She's in her
a teenager,
probably 15.
I think. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Well, no, it's very exciting for them.
This is just a big congrats to them.
Yeah.
Really not too much to speculate or talk about them on, but a big congrats to Megan and MGK, and more news that they are together.
Who else is having a baby is Erin from Real Housewives of New York. She just announced that she's having a baby as well.
Congrats, Erin.
Another congratulations to her fourth child as well.
Congrats to everybody.
I know. Love it. Okay.
Congrats to Britney Spears, because she I hope reunited with her 18-year-old son, Jayden. Jayden lives in Hawaii, but they reunited in LA. I think you know, on the outside looking in, you would think, you hope that this is a good thing, that she is reuniting with her son.
Totally, because for a while it was estranged for sure. One insider revealed to Page Six they have been spending a lot of time together. A second source shares that the 18-year-old has been back in California where his mother lives after moving to Hawaii with his brother Sean Preston Federline and their father Kevin last year. Jayden is 18 and Sean is 19. So this is the younger brother, I believe. Then Page Six wrote, it's unclear whether Jayden is staying with Spears at her house in Thousand Oaks, but we hear Preston still resides in the Aloha State. So Sean Preston is still in Hawaii. But the second source says Brittany is thrilled to have her baby back. Everything is moving in the right direction.
This is a good thing for Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Because obviously her being separated from her kids, I can't imagine, makes her feel great. She obviously wants to be, you know, have a relationship with her kids. And if they're being separated from her, that's not going to make her feel good. It's not going to make her feel normal. She's going to want to be near them. So for them to reunite, have some conversations, hopefully they can continue a good relationship in the future.
Yeah, I agree, because it's one thing, as there's been the ups and downs for Britney, one thing I felt like has always stayed constant was how much she talked about, like, loving her children and really wanting the best for them and protecting them. And I think there's been times where maybe the relationship wasn't the best for the kids, and Kevin took the kids and moved to Hawaii, and they had been estranged for years, but there was the stuff with her dad and this, like all that drama. So now that he's like out of the picture too, I feel like hopefully there is a path for reconciliation, and in a way that's like smooth sailing, baby steps.
Yeah.
Don't rush into anything, baby steps. Like, if they're spending time in LA, that sounds great. Maybe, and hopefully Preston will come around too.
Yeah, they can't just jump all back into being a big happy family again.
Yeah, no.
There's too much that has happened in years and years now. So I feel like it's, have some conversations.
Yeah.
And we'll never know the context of these conversations unless Britney gets on Instagram and starts writing about them.
Yeah. Exactly. When the conservatorship had ended, Jayden had done an interview in September of 2022, and he had said that he 100% thought that the relationship could be fixed. It's just going to take a lot of time and effort. He had said, I just want her to get better mentally. When she gets better, I really want to see her again. So
that's a good sign for how Britney's doing.
Yeah, definitely. And I think there's probably some things that they would really like for her to not do as much, perhaps the Instagrams and such. I say that because they had mentioned that as well, that the boys had issues with what she was sharing on social media. And as an 18-year-old boy, fair. Can't blame, can't really knock them on that one. I think that's fair when you're like, Mom, come on, please. Mm-hmm. At this point.
You have sand in your cooch running,
Right, exactly. I mean, it's as super fair. So, but Jayden, I guess, had also kind of alluded that maybe they had always had a better relationship than Preston and Britney had. So if Jayden's coming around now, maybe Preston will follow.
Preston
exactly.
But it's such a hard scenario with that family. There's so much that has gone on with
so many layers
to it, and they're probably they just want their mom, but there's just so many different, people involved, and who can they trust? Can they even trust the people that are involved? Can they trust their mom? They've been through so much, these kids.
Yep.
So
totally.
There's a lot going on there. But moving on to another Brittany Cartwright. She talked about Jax Taylor, and he, went to rehab for a little bit. I think it was 30 days. And Brittany talked about how she does not think he changed in that time period. And it's not good because there's been no change from Jax.
Yeah, Brittany went on the Hot Mic podcast, and she said, I don't feel like he changed at all in those 30 days. And the reason, I'm sure it'll be on the show as well, but a lot of rage texting and stuff was still going on the entire time that he was in rehab. That is not good. She said,
they should have took his phone away.
Right? She said, so for me, I was just noticing this is just going to be a constant. She said, if you're in therapy 7 hours a day and you're still finding time to call me names and cuss me out and send me rage texts, then you're obviously not ever going to change. And then she said she was so glad that she ended the marriage. I'm not changing my mind. I'm so happy with this decision. And the time with him away too is now realized how bad it was and she couldn't stay in it. She said it was all very, very eye-opening. But yeah, that's crazy. If you're going to take care of your mental health, you're going into a facility to better yourself, and you're in hours and hours of work, and you're still sending texts, cursing out your ex-wife, rage texts, sounds a little counterproductive.
Doesn't sound like you're doing the work. And I feel like somebody should have taken Jax's phone away or put a lock on Brittany's to block text from Jax. I mean, it's on Jax. It's not on Brittany, but
totally. But leave the phone. You don't need the phone.
Yeah, no, don't.
If you're committed to doing the work,
leave your phone behind. The phone. If somebody really needs to contact you, they can get in contact with you. Mm-hmm. Have that set in place. But if you're going to be rage texting while you're, pretending to do the work, which it seems at this point, because if he was doing the work, I don't think he'd be rage texting Brittany while he's in there.
Yeah.
It's just classic Jax Taylor. And when he announced that he was going to go to this and he was working through things and he found out his diagnosis, people were still rooting for him, us included, even though he's terrible. It's I want someone to figure out
it moves in the right direction.
I want someone to figure out their mental health. I that is so important. And to be able to go and figure that out and figure out the reasons of why you treat people a certain way, why you act a certain way is a great thing and can really be helpful. But Jax Taylor, if he's not going to take the steps that he needs to do that, and he's just going to continue being Jax Taylor. That's what it sounds like. It just sounds like he can't get out of his own way. He can't help himself. And then at that point, what else can you do? Yep. It's how much can you try and tell this guy to help himself without then realizing that he's doing this to himself at this point? That's the kind of guy Jax Taylor is at this point.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
But good for Brittany for, standing up for herself and getting out of the situation and putting herself and Cruz first, their kid. And one day, maybe Jax Taylor will learn. Will he?
I'm not holding my breath.
I mean, I can't believe... It would make more sense to me if he went to the rehab facility for 30 days and then when he got out, he started rage texting her again.
Right.
But being in
there,
the rehab facility, sending the rage text, I'm like, oh, he really didn't try at all. He really did not try at all. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out on the show because Jax is going to spin it in his way and Brittany's going to have her story and he's going to try to manipulate the situation like Jax Taylor always does.
Totally.
All right, that wraps up the topics.
Holiday party fails can turn into a great story that ends with a toast over Coors Light. Getting snowed in can turn into the ultimate movie marathon. It doesn't matter if the holidays don't go as planned when you choose chill and reach for a Coors Light. When you embrace a chill mindset this holiday, it's a good time to choose chill and crack open a Coors Light. Coors Light is mountain cold refreshment, crisp and refreshing as the Rockies. You guys know. There's always a little hiccup around the holidays. Maybe you got a relative that's coming that you don't like so much. Maybe you're burning the turkey on Thanksgiving. Or, there's so many different little mishaps that could build up. But you got to remember to choose chill, relax, enjoy the holiday. Make sure you got Coors Light stocked in your fridge if you're having people over. And choose chill this holiday season and then reach for a Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/chicks. Or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. And as always, celebrate responsibly from Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
All right, welcome back to the Pop Corner where we're going to listen to your hot takes, your opinions, stuff you want our opinions on. Let's get into it. Give us something good. Give us something juicy. What do we got?
Hey guys, love the pod. I was just wondering if you could go on a double date with any of these couples, which couple would you choose? Tom Holland and Zendaya, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, or Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber? Let me know your thoughts. Love y'all. Bye.
It's Tom and Zendaya for me.
I'm going to go through reasons for each one. Tom and Zendaya, I just think they'd be a good ass time. I think they'd be funny. I think they'd be a lot of fun. I think you'd be leaving the dinner going, wow, I had a great time with them. I hope we can hang out with them more often.
Yeah.
Taylor and Travis, they're just so fucking wildly famous.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just going to the opportunity to go to dinner with Taylor Swift.
Right. It's like in just being able to get to see their personalities in a normal setting, really just like out to dinner. I also think they would be a great time.
It's fascinating.
It would be more so fascinating than anything else, but I also think they would be a great time. When it comes to Hailey and Justin, there's only one reason why I'd want to go to dinner with them, and that's basically to talk shit after the dinner on how weird Justin Bieber's being at dinner. You know, I feel like Hailey would be like really like, you know, pulling it together. She'd be fun. She'd be sweet. She'd be like having a good time, and I feel like Justin would be like kind of, you know, you never know what you're going to get. And I think afterwards it would be interesting to discuss.
Right. That's fair. Yeah, it would definitely be between the first two. Taylor and Travis, 100% is totally just fascinating. But I just think in terms of like, who do I want to sit down and just have a drink with? Even though I kind of think that might be Taylor Swift. Tom Holland just did his whole... I feel like Tom Holland doesn't drink.
No, he just put out alcohol
because he has non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, he does not drink.
Yeah. Which, you know, that's not saying I wouldn't want to go out on a double date with him for that reason. I would
Deal
still
breaker.
I would
you
still
don't need
want to
drinks
go out.
to have fun.
I would still want to go out, but in the sense of like, I would like to have a martini with Taylor Swift.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough choice between the two.
Yeah.
The third one though, I'm just like just for interesting factor.
Yeah.
I'd love to know what Justin Bieber's like out to dinner. It's like he'd be out of control.
So fair. I think I will be sticking with Tom and Zendaya on my final answer.
Okay, guys, I have heard this rumor, and it's been talked about on some podcasts, but I'm dying to know your guys' opinion on Kristen Cavallari and Beat Bobby Flay having a little fling or DM romance. I need to know. All right. Bye.
I did see this because I saw them do a little video together and everyone was like, whoa, the chemistry between Bobby Flay and Kristen Cavallari. Now, as a viewer of Beat Bobby Flay, Bobby is always flirting with the ladies on the show. Whenever they come on the show, the ladies are flirting with Bobby. Bobby's flirting with them.
He's a flirt in general.
So I feel as if, you know, this weirdly makes sense to me. Bobby Flay and Kristen Cavallari.
He stole Ari's wife and Andre.
Yeah, right. He'll steal yours.
I mean, it makes sense to me in the sense that Bobby Flay would hit on Kristen Cavallari, you know, which he did. He slid in her DMs.
But I could see.
But like, I don't think Kristen. I don't see Kristen Cavallari entertaining that.
I could see Kristen Cavallari entertaining it for a little bit because she just was with such a younger guy that she might be like, ooh, let me get a little slice of older Bobby Flay.
Right.
You know, maybe he could cook her a great meal. Maybe Bobby's like, hey, let's have a date and I'll cook for you. Are you gonna say no?
That would be pretty sick.
If you're a single woman and Bobby Flay wants to take you on one date and he's like, I'll cook for you.
I feel like he'd like close his restaurant down.
Yeah, I'm saying yes for the meal.
Well, they did Kristen's podcast. He'd said that they had been friends for a very long time. So I called her and said, I want to do your podcast. I think it'll be fun. And he shared that he slid into Kristen's DMs and she took it the wrong way. He'd said, you and I had a situation where I was coming to Nashville for literally one day for a meeting. And I was like, who do I know in Nashville? And I DM'd you and I said to you, now I know what words I used specifically because you reminded me, quote, I'm going to be in Nashville for one night. Can I take you to dinner? He continued. And you literally said something to me like, I'm already dating somebody. But yeah, no, said then they got confused that she was just like saying that so she didn't have to go on a date with him, kind of.
So Kristen Cavallari was dodging Bobby Flay here. Yeah. Now listen.
Yes.
I understand Kristen Cavallari not being interested in Bobby Flay, but for the single ladies listening to this show,
yeah,
think to yourself, if Bobby Flay reaches out to you and says, I'm going to cook for you, not take you out to dinner, I'm going to cook for you, you're taking up the offer of Bobby Flay.
But like, also, sorry,
and
if
maybe
somebody's
smooch him on your way out.
If somebody's sliding into my DMs and saying, can I take you to dinner? Like, I would also interpret that as a date. Like Kristen Cavallari being like, yeah, sorry, like, yeah, I thought it was a date. Like, and Bobby Flay being like, no, it's not a date, I just wanted to take you to dinner. Like, it's like, no, that's a date.
No, I totally would think it's a date too.
And you can try and say it's not a date, Bobby Flay, but you, because of her answer, now you're saying it wasn't a date.
Yeah, can I take you to dinner? It's like, is a date. If he said, hey, I'm in Nashville, I don't have any dinner plans.
Yep.
You want to maybe grab some food? You want to grab something? I don't know anybody here.
Yep.
You got to word it a different way if it's not a date.
Totally.
Can I take you to dinner?
Can I take you to dinner? Yeah.
Can I take you out on a date?
Yeah, that's 100%.
Hey, little lady,
that's a date.
can I take you out to dinner?
Totally.
That's what Bobby Flay said.
Totally. So they did end up eventually going to dinner. And they're friends now and whatever, it's fine. But at that initial moment,
I'm sure
he thought it was a date.
I'm sure it was a great dinner.
But yeah, like I said, I would imagine Bobby Flay would 100% want to date Kristen Cavallari. I don't know about the other way around.
Fair enough.
Hi, Ria, Fran, and Noah. I'm Avery. First of all, I just went to your Nashville show, and it was so awesome, and seeing you guys at Barstool was so cool. But anyways, my pop culture hot take / question, my hot take is that the best Adam Sandler movie is Just Go With It. I just think the plot is good, and Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston,
this
you
isn't
can't
a
go
hot
wrong.
take.
But a lot of people think it's a hot take. I wanted to see your opinion on it / what you think the best Adam Sandler movie is. Thanks.
See, I love this, but I think this is like for girls, I think this is not a hot take. But if you were to like say to a dude, like, just go with this Adam Sandler's best movie, Happy Gilmore? Like, like they're going to go like full, like naming all those other like more goofy Adam Sandler movies that era.
What's your favorite Adam Sandler movie?
Would probably be Just Go With It.
Honestly,
really?
I think Just Go With It is one of my favorites. 50 First Dates is
50 First Dates.
You Don't Mess With the Sohan is very underrated to me. You ever
I
see
don't
that?
like that one.
You don't?
No.
So good.
No.
Click
is great. I really only watched Click so many times in my life because it made me sob.
Yeah.
Sob. The first couple times I saw it. But no, I
a lot of people
think
say
like
Uncut Gems if you're trying to speak like
yeah,
critically.
no, of course. But like, if she sent that in to New Heights, I think they would have been like, "Whoa, what?
Yeah, that's true.
What? It's not Happy Gilmore. It's not. Why can I only think of Happy Gilmore right now?
Oh, I think mine be
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
Mine might be Big Daddy.
Big Daddy's
Longest
a good one.
Yard.
Longest Yard.
Funny People is a good one.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, grown up. Like, they might throw out, like, some...
Yeah, I mean, there's some great Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine might be Big Daddy.
The Wedding Singer.
Big Daddy is
The
a great
Wedding
one.
Singer. I fucking love The Wedding Singer, too. Oh, man.
Billy Madison.
That's the other one I was thinking of. Thank you. Like, I feel like they would go Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, like that. Mm-hmm. Like...
Grown Ups.
Just Go With It, I actually really think is my favorite. It's by far the one I've seen the most. I think I've seen Just Go With It. If we were going on the most watches, I've definitely watched Just Go With It. Probably Blended a close second.
Yeah.
I've watched Blended a lot, which is, maybe not the best, but it's a personal favorite.
Hi, Ria and Fran. Love you guys. Love the podcast. So excited for you guys to come to Detroit and bring the podcast there, too. Question I have for you guys is, what is your take right now on Bachelor things? We didn't get Bachelor in Paradise this summer. I haven't really been watching the Golden Bachelorette. So just want your takes on what do you see the trajectory of those shows, and are they going to ever bring back Bachelor in Paradise next summer? Love you guys. Bye.
I believe they are bringing back Bachelor in Paradise. I think that was announced. I think. Golden Bachelorette, I didn't watch 1 second of.
I didn't watch it either. I feel like the Bachelor franchise as a whole has taken a massive hit, I think, from the audience, clearly by you calling in and kind of having the same opinion as us. It has taken a massive hit. I feel like it's just kind of like
it is returning.
It's the same thing over and over again, and it's like the last couple episodes, right? You're roped in, right? Like what happened with Jen's, like you're like, oh my god, this piece of shit. But sometimes before that, the formula being so similar and over again, and I feel like it was multiple times a year, I feel like it got oversaturated, and it might need to breathe a little bit. Maybe breathe and have a little revamp.
Yeah, I mean it they won't is the thing. Like I just don't like the show will just continue the way it is no matter what. I just feel like unless it took a absolute nosedive in viewership, like which it really hasn't too badly.
It's definitely been on like a steady decline.
It has been a steady decline, but that's just like I think that's just like a lot of network TV in general. But yeah, I mean, look, we're gonna roll right into like Grant season, which I feel like not a lot of people have been talking
it's all
about.
Like them casting like people that don't.
It's just the way it goes. Like Joey's season was so great, and everybody was talking about it, and then they fucked up Jen's season so bad, and they're gonna try. Like I feel like they're gonna try and save it with Grant season, but who knows? It was like even Grant was like an interesting pick, so. But that's their own fault because they cast a terrible season for Jen's season. So it'll be interesting to see. Did you guys see? I forgot to bring this up. Did you see Devin back on Instagram commenting back at girls talking about Sasha?
No.
Oh my God. I gotta find these comments. Where am I gonna find these right now? I gotta find them. They were like, he was like unhinged. Like it was like, hey man, maybe get off social media and like stay off.
Like was he commenting about Jen and Sasha dating or just Sasha as a person?
But I'm both. Oh man,
he's just got to cut his losses. I mean, he's not with Jen anymore and hasn't been for quite some time. He made it very clear he wanted nothing to do with her. So really, he's got nothing really to say about Jen and Sasha, considering he wanted nothing to do with her, and he made the whole world know he wanted nothing to do with her. Mm-hmm. So he really can't get back on Instagram and start saying anything about them as a couple. And what? Oh, now since she's off the show, he feels like he can jump back in and start commenting. Yeah. Because when she was on the show, he was dead silent. We had an amazing meet and greet this Saturday in Nashville, all thanks to Rum Haven. Delicious fall cocktail that we had with Rum Haven at our shows, at the meet and greet. It tastes so good. Everybody was drinking it. Honestly, it was hard to stop because of how delicious these cocktails with Rum Haven are made. And Rum Haven is made with real coconut water and no artificial flavors or preservatives for a clean and refreshing taste. Not fake. You can't beat the taste of real coconut water. It's delicious, it's clean and refreshing, and Rum Haven believes that Mother Nature does it best. That's why Rum Haven is crafted with premium Caribbean rum and real coconut water. Enjoy Rum Haven straight over ice with a splash of club soda or your favorite juice. You can find out where to pick up a bottle of Rum Haven for yourself by visiting rumhaven.com.
Somebody wrote on his Instagram post saying, Jen found a great guy. His name is Sasha. And Devin then replied saying, Sasha is a girl's name.
Oh my God.
So is Devin, my guy.
That is crazy.
Somebody wrote Devin is also a girl's name. Then Dylan, however, was not willing to debate the matter further, adding in a later reply, hey, STFU, this is my Instagram.
Devin wrote that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He was spiraling. Like there was multiple comments. I wish I took screenshots of them because there were a lot. There were a lot.
People know that you can like put your phone down, right?
Yeah.
Like people know that you could just like look at, and just go like this and just like put it down. And then they don't, and you could just.
He replied. It's crazy. He replied to one comment that pointed out Jen was killing it at the November 9th Wicked premiere in Los Angeles alongside Sasha, while Devin was quote spiraling in his comment section. He fired back, jobless supporting the jobless.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Told you. He lost his shit. It was weird. Weird.
Oh my God, he's out of control.
Yeah. Completely.
Is he calling himself jobless?
No.
He's calling them
he's
jobless.
He's calling the commenters Jobless commenting on the Jobless. Sasha and Jen were at the premiere.
Well, first of all, that's part of their job. Devin, you wouldn't know. You never got to make it there to that step because you ended the engagement. Or else you could have possibly been on the red carpet of Wicked.
Yeah. The only other Bachelor-related thing that has really warmed my cockles is Kelsey's dad. Mark allegedly has been seeing. Her name is Barbara.
Her name's Barbara.
I forget where her last
name
is.
But everybody knows her as Deb.
It's Grandma Deb from Winter Hill. And they have a blossoming relationship, it appears. She just put out a new TikTok of them doing the little
They're a cute couple.
So cute. Love it.
Get it, Mark.
Yeah.
Get it, Barb.
Seriously. Hell yeah.
Good for them.
That's a great pairing. She seems delightful. So
yeah, I'm happy about that pairing.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Hi, Rhea and Fran and Noah. Okay, this is kind of a messy question, so I'll understand if it doesn't make it on the pod, but do you guys have some kind of, beef with Nick Viall or the Viall Files? I'm only asking because I feel like before you guys, I know you had been on his podcast for, Ask Nick before, and he's obviously kind of blown up, I feel like, with, reality TV stars now. He seems like he's, kind of the go-to for reality stars to, I don't know, give their side of the story. But I just remember there was once, I think last year, where Kelly Keegs was on with Rhea and Fran was gone. And there was kind of some subtle shade thrown at Nick Viall. So I'm just curious if you guys are it's fine, you're just not really friends, or if you have any thoughts on him, because he's also kind of controversial himself. A lot of people on TikTok are on very opposite sides on his podcast. So just curious your thoughts.
We don't have actual beef with Nick Viall.
No.
At all.
No, but I mean, this is a you question. I wasn't here for this reference.
Yeah, I actually don't really recall, honestly, what Kelly said. We don't have beef with Nick Viall. We're actually cool with Nick Viall. I feel like in the past, before we had met Nick, I always made comments about Nick, or Kelly made comments. We all made comments about Nick, and then we met, and it was kind of we'll give a little shit.
Yeah.
Towards Nick still.
Nick does, he talks about reality TV a lot, and there's moments when he gets involved where I think we both don't agree with some of the things,
for sure,
or opinions he has, which is so fine. That's, you have a podcast. I'm sure there's things that we say about Bachelor stuff that he wouldn't agree with either, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just, he has become, his show and he has become so popular where it is, he's thrown out some hot takes sometimes. That's whoa, Nick.
Right. No, for sure. I mean, there's been plenty of times where he has said stuff that I do not agree with, or, like you said, there's probably times where he sees stuff of us that he does not agree with. But there's no beef with him.
No, we are very super cool in real life. Totally fine.
Yeah, totally fine.
Yeah.
I feel like it also stems from a point where it's he's obviously crushing it. He gets every reality star on his show. He's located in LA. They come sit down immediately. We're in New York waving come see us.
Yeah.
You know, hey. Yep. But no, there's no
there's
no actual beef.
Yeah.
But I do like throwing in some little comments.
There's a little
once
healthy
in a while.
competition.
Yeah, I like,
and I think he's kind of said
he has said
that to our faces.
Yeah, he said that to our faces for sure. He was I see you guys on the chart.
Yeah,
so I think there's
100%
healthy competition there for sure. Yeah. Obviously, we want the same guests at the same time. That's going to cause some competition, but realistically speaking, as people in real life, there's no beef.
Not at
but
all.
I do love throwing little oomphs in there once in a while, just for fun, just to keep it light and a little exciting, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that wraps up the Pop Corner.
How much do you think you're paying in subscriptions every month? The answer is probably more than you think. Over 74% of people have subscriptions they've forgotten about. Most Americans think they spend about $62 a month on subscriptions, but get this, the real number is closer to $300. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so that you can grow your savings. With Rocket Money, you have full control over your subscriptions and a clear view of your expenses. You can see all of your subscriptions in one place, and if you see something you don't want, Rocket Money can help you cancel it with a few taps. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's features. So stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/chicks. That's rocketmoney.com/chicks, rocketmoney.com/chicks.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We love you guys, and we hope you have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you on Friday. Mwah! Bye.